So good morning everybody, this is Carlos. Just about to start my Thursday, the 24th of April. It's been raining a lot here lately, and luckily today has started off sunny. You always hope when it rains that it will rain itself out, but that's not always the case. I'm going to be running all my errands today. Hi, crossing guard. Today is going to be an audio diary of a journeyman runner. Just approaching Violet and Stanley's place. Hello Violet, it's me. It is me indeed, yes. How are you today? You must be exhausted. Did you just finish tidying up after breakfast?
Yes, all that and gone down to the windows.
Have you done the curtains? Is the man ready for me, do you think?
Man?
Stanley.
Oh.
I'm a little bit early as usual.
Somebody just rushed out of the down the hall.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would be. Somebody was running around.
Running? I don't think Stanley's done very much running in the last few years.
Yeah.
Anyway. Any news from the gardener?
Did you have a thingy in the, what you call it now?
What?
Big wrinkles. Big ting.
Tingly ting?
Yes, I fired a little bit,
Yeah.
but they knocked it out. They've done that before in the same place up there. It's only a little thing.
It might have been a landslide or like a mudslide from all the rain that we've been having.
This was it. Everybody's been waiting for it. Hot weather. I don't know.
Okay, well I'll see if I can find out from Stanley. Stanley?
I'm a bit late.
Oh, I'm a bit early. Violet was talking about something up island. Do you know what she might be talking about?
Earthquake.
Earthquake. Okay. Alright. Wow. I'll be back for you in about 10 minutes or so. Yes?
The hose, you got the wrong hose out front.
Oh,
Should be the long black hose out front.
the long black hose at the front?
You got a blue one out there.
The green one, yeah. Okay, I'll do that now. I was just putting the rake out to the front so I don't forget it this time. I bought the rake last week and did some raking for you. Let me double check the calendar. April.
Check the other Jersey calendar over my sink.
No, here it is. May the 1st is Thursday, so it is payday today.
Check the one over there.
Okay, April. May the 1st is Thursday, so today is payday. Alright.
And he's very annoyed with him. He says, you know, we're losing money. That machine's idle. We should have better service.
Yeah, that's true. Was it part of his printing press?
It's something that stitches the pages together. Does it automatically.
I haven't put that one in place yet, the armrest. Did you want the television volume on? Let's see. See if I can work your remote.
Write your check,
Yep.
put it in the newspaper,
Online?
online, and come back and put some ointment on my finger.
Yeah. Do you have the towel there? The transfer? This is all locked, the brakes are on. Violet? What's Mrs. Boyd's first name? Mrs. Boyd. What's her first name? The woman that lives at the Victorian on Pelton, the blind woman. Her husband died. Because my mother-in-law's going to move into that building with her. She's moving to the Victorian on Pelton. My mother-in-law is moving in there.
That's this place.
Yes.
I want to see the lots.
I'm sure Mavis will enjoy it there, but can you remember her Mrs. Boyd's first name? Oh yeah. Well, I guess once we know that Mavis is there, we can just ask her if Mrs. Boyd is still there, and we can keep in touch with her too.
Mrs. Boyd, I think, must be dead because she was very old. Very old.
Was telling me that he remembers her name as Mrs. Boyd, but he can't remember her first name. That was the problem. Anyway, not a problem. We'll find out once Mavis moves in there.
The person you were talking about
Yeah.
was very high.
She might still be around. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll keep an eye out for her.
I saw her in one place and two others of that collection.
Was it 24th today?
Yes.
How much were you?
4 visits plus 1 gardening.
$100.
100, yeah. Anyway, I'm off to the bank in a minute, but I'm going to walk home and leave the rake behind and then run to the bank.
Well, this
Muriel.
I was going to ask you,
What?
what's the difference in Spain between Castillo and Costello?
Well, Castillo is the Spanish name. Costello is the Irish name.
Oh, Irish.
Irish. Costello is Irish. Yeah. But it's probably derived from Castillo, which is the Spanish name.
Spanish, you lived in Ireland, you mean?
Well, from the Armada.
In Ireland.
That's more than likely where the name came from.
Washed up.
They washed up on the shores.
yes, that's right.
Did you want me to open the curtain on that side?
No, I don't know.
All right. It can stay closed. So, now I'm walking home because I can't run. I have the leaf rake in my hand, plus the Maclean's magazine. So I'll walk home and then leave that and then run to the bank. So I'll catch up with you guys later. So I'm off to the bank. So I'm at the bank. Okay, Douglas Market. Gotta buy some cream, sugar, meat, fruit, and vegetables.
Yeah, who's that?
Okay, so I think I'm recording now. I've just decided to use the speaker Create platform, and mainly because I left my Sony at home. I was doing a little bit of running around this morning, as you've probably just heard. I've already started editing the show. It's going to be good. I've got a 6K run to Graham's. I decided to use the route that I take when I cycle, because it's a week since I last ran to Graham, and that day I managed to fall. I still have a sore knuckle with a nice big scab on it. I only put bandages on to stop picking at it. It's at that stage. Thank you. So, 2 cars stopped for me. What started off as a bright sunny day has turned cloudy once again. This is kind of par for the course around here these days. You get an opportunity to run in the sun for maybe 2 hours in the morning, and then maybe an hour in the evening. So the chances of being rained on are quite high. And the fact that the weather's changing so much is due to the strong winds. I'm on Mount Douglas Crossroad Trail. This is a undulating paved cycle path at this stage. So I'm just zipping along. I decided just to use my iPod from here on in, because with the Sony I have to keep pressing the pause and stop. And it has a very sensitive mic, but it also has a beep every time I press it. And if I'm editing on the fly as I record, the voices I'm recording aren't quite so spontaneous if they know I'm recording them.
I know that's kind of unethical, but I don't know how many people would be offended at what I put out. Not too many. Half of them know and have forgotten all about it. People like Sandy and Derek and Graham, they just talk naturally. But some of the other people that I run with would be maybe a little, uneasy. Let's put it that way. It's like when you point a camera at somebody. Most people will put up with a snap. But once you tell them it's a video, then they go loony on you. So you're better off not telling them, to tell you the truth. But everybody knows that I always have a recorder with me. Always. Gives me a lot of material that way. Hang on, I've got to cross another road, but I've got a good gap in the traffic. So this is the other side of the Lincoln Sub Road. This crosses the farmer's field. I have to remember to slow down today. Graham wants me to take him on a comfortable 7K run on the flat. So we're going to be doing a different section of this trail later on. In about an hour's time, I'll be running again with Graham. Then I think I'll probably just switch back to my voice recorder mode on the iPod, whatever it's called, voice memo or something. I'm getting pretty proficient with my devices. I'm enjoying the learning curve. Feel free to listen to some of my really early stuff, just so you can see what that stuff was like before I developed the no wires approach, minimalist recording approach. Both the Sony and the iPod have their advantages. I think the Sony has a slightly bigger mic, and I think for that reason it's harder to shelter the mic. With the iPod, I can put my index finger right over that hole, not covering the hole, but covering the access to the moving air. Hello. I love that. You know those buggies that they have on the back of bicycles, where you always see a happy 2-year-old or a sleek infant? I would have loved to be the little kid in the buggy. God, what a trip. We never had anything as exciting as that. Never. Okay, so I'm just about to go up a gravel trail, which I will save my energy on by hiking. This drinking fountain should be on. Let's hope it is. Yes. That should make up for about half of my run, but I can catch that one on the way back. I actually heard Norman drinking from a drinking fountain the other day. Good man. I've never heard him take a drink break yet. That was the very first time. Gotta hydrate. The longer you run, the slower you run, the more you have to drink. Because you're out there for longer. You're doing 2-hour runs now. I'm looking forward to a 5.5-hour run in about 2 weeks' time. So that was one of the reasons I'm doing this wacky training schedule of running everywhere for a whole day. The only times when I couldn't run today was walking back from Stanley's place and walking back from the bank. Oh no, I ran back to the grocery store, Mount Doug Market, that's right. If I had picked up my groceries in Save On Foods, I would have had to lug them for longer. And I've just ended up buying a half-price steak, which I'll eat when I get home, maybe in 2 bits. That was $9, reduced to $4.50. And I bought about 4 pounds of potatoes, 6 medium-sized spuds, 6 eggs, and 500 mils of cream. I'm gonna get my riff kicking in pretty soon. At the end of the first of the month, I give myself a chunk of change to play with for the month until my old age security kicks in. I'm running on a very, very lean work pension. But I'm enjoying spending my savings. It's quite fun knowing that you don't really have to worry. If it gets too low, you can always go back to work. Once you have a skill people are prepared to pay for, you can retire and go back to work. Retire, go back to work as many times as you want. So this section of Borden is what Graham and I call the fast section. We just crested a little bit of a hill, and now we run down. Well, today I'm running alone along here, past St. Margaret's Girls' School. This is a 6K run, so 42 minutes is almost guaranteed. I suspect I might be slightly ahead of time because of the excitement of running. The short little hops don't really excite me, but they do warm up my body. And I'm starting my third run of the morning with a pain-free body. The disadvantage of this app is that, to make it simple, you don't pause, but there's nothing to stop you starting another recording when you get back, or before you get back, I should say. If it gets unbearably windy, just shut it down. I mean, it's very easy to put two files back to back. That's what you're doing all the time when you're editing. It also gives you some good chapter breaks that are easier to work with. Okay, so I've got a right turn onto Morris Drive. Actually, I'm going to go straight today because I'm supposed to be tracing my North Quadra psychopath route that I just suddenly realized I'm on. I would have called it the way I run, I ride to Graham's place route. But that's my name for it. Hello. Yeah, I think I've probably run by about 4 or 5 of my ex-co-workers in the health care profession. RNs always have a certain look about them, and they nearly always have a name tag hanging from their necks. I used to have to work with RNs a lot. I have a lot of respect for the nursing profession. And if there wasn't so much book learning, I would have gone into that. But I probably wouldn't be running at age 63, or almost 63, if I'd had a more profitable career in my 50s than as a community health worker visiting old men in their homes. But that's how I got to know Stanley, through my job. Indirectly, he is a neighbor of mine, which makes it very easy for me to help him. This is Beckwith Park. Beckwith Park is mainly used for kids' soccer, but during the day there's a lot of dog walkers here. I took to the grass for that guy because he had 3 pretty large dogs on leashes and a cigarette in his other hand, so I guess I could have fallen prey to lack of attention on his part. So I figured, what's the worst thing that can happen? My shoes get a bit wet. Well, it's raining. The grass is wet, what can I say? Anyway, the Goose Trail is going to be dry. And that's where we're running. Graham and I on the Galloping Goose. Kid wanted to ride through one of those water park sprinkler things, and his mother was freaking out. We're going back to the car now, Ollie. She doesn't want to put a wet kid in her car and his bicycle. It's not raining that much yet. guess Ollie was waiting for a real downpour, so he'd be wet anyway. So I'm just coming up on one of the last summits on this run, just before Eric Abraham's place. He's a runner. And he drives for BC Trams. If I get really tired after I finish with Graham, I could always take the bus home. I have my tickets. Always. 2 things. Bus tickets, voice recorder, and I'm out the door. I don't need a lot of encouragement. The only danger now, with a 50k coming up, is I have to try and force my body to run for longer distances at a time. After the race, I can break it up into bite-sized pieces a little better. So this is the first time that I've used the Spreaker platform to record, and I'm hoping for some quality data today. I seem to remember it was pretty thirsty for battery power, the Spreaker app. Probably any MP3 recording app would be expensive on juice. Okay, through the gate. To Maltwood and down. I heard James's last submission. It sounds as if he's coming down with something. Last year, free vaccinations at the mall, and they used one of those big billboard type display units from outside the market, from outside the shopping mall, and they said free Henny today. And I thought, what the heck is Henny? So I've just had a very pleasant 7K with Graham just now, and I decided to give my recorder a break for our run together so we can discuss tactics. Let's see if I can get a signal for the runkeeper lady. Yeah, let's have a look. No, so I can abandon that project. I know it's 6K back because it always is 6K back. It's hardly going to change. This is the way I came, and this is the way I'm going back. So 6 and 6 is 12, and 7 is, what's that? 12 and 7 is 19K? Yeah, 19K. Well, it rained on us a couple of times while we were out, but that was quite pleasant. I managed to get another drink of water at Graham's house, which I needed. It's so easy to run out of water when you're doing this journeyman type running, especially if you're talking all the time, because you lose a lot of moisture from speaking. That's why you can see when people are talking in the winter, because of all the moisture they're losing. Okay, up. Oh, the sun's come out again. It's like stripes of weather. 10 minutes of sun, 10 minutes of cloud, and then 10 minutes of rain. Bands getting blown in across the Pacific. But the sun is definitely noticeably warmer. And that is nice. You can hear the wet pavement under my shoes. You can hear the water in the drains, the runoff, the storm drains. Yeah, there goes a float plane. We get a lot of float planes around here. There's a daily, an hourly float plane that flies to Vancouver and lands in the inner harbour in Victoria, and it lands in Stanley Park in Vancouver. It's about $100. Alright, so now I'm on the last leg of my all-day run record session. Covered a total of, what was it again? 19 kilometers today. Not too sure about time. It's almost irrelevant. It's probably been around 7-minute pace, averaging out with the hills and with Graham. I was saying to Graham I have 2 more weeks before my 50K, and the closer we get to it, the better I feel. Mainly because I can start ticking things off my list of things to do as race director. dog action again here. I always try and give them as much room as they need, especially at this time of day. This is a park, it's not just a trail. It's plenty of room. My feet have stayed reasonably dry. Hasn't been off-roading at all today, other than the last time I gave way to a couple of dogs on the way here. I ran on the grass and got my feet a little bit wet. So, that is 1 o'clock. I started this morning with a run at 7:45, I think it was. Since then I've been running and walking sporadically. Soon to be finished for the day. I've got the place to myself now. Everybody's at home having lunch, and I'm running home to eat. So life is good in the Jackal Kingdom. Until later, until I'll be running with Eric, the Frenchman from Quebec, on Saturday. I think I'm going to take tomorrow off. Bye-bye.